shit talker black. No, it's not the key codes to Illuminati, and they keep saying that. It is the key points of the Illuminati code. The key points of the Illuminati code. And all assets, targeted individuals should have this. You also should have it hard copied, so that you can refer back to it just at different times. There was a time I had some of this down pack. I could remember it by heart. Amy found this and she made hard copies and she gave me one. Amy was really glad to have me around. I was glad to have her around too, because I more so listened to her. But next thing I knew, she started telling people I followed her. Girl, get out of here. I may tag along, but I don't follow anyone. The fuck out of here with that following shit. Now I want to read one. An illusion, it will be so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. And this fair game targeting shit, it does escape many people's perception. Also, the handler will have it well. It will escape your perception. Even targeted individuals, this illusion is so vast and so large, it escapes the target's perception, even when they know they're targeted. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. You know, because I'm delusional. So I'm thought of as insane. Now, this is the one I'm talking about. Number 3. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. You see? We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time, so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. You see? So you need to have this. Now I'm going to go back to her. There's more on her too, but when this is over, I'm going to do some more, because I started like at 20 something. But as soon as I turned it on, I mentioned the word magic and turned the video off, and that was the first word she said. I just couldn't find it. Wow.
For a second.
Couldn't get back to it.
Then we move on, but I wanted to ask you about David Miscavige, because you spoke about him at the end of, or during the show last time, and said that he was evil and that there were certain things.
Now we're going to come to DIA again. They're showing it to us.
Discussing what it is. Thank you.
So now the DIA will tell us what they want us to know.
The internet, right? But the truth of the matter, I left thinking, I didn't really go into that, because the truth of the matter is he's extremely abusive. Okay, that he beats people up. He locks.
Now the reason he's extremely abusive, because he has been abused since a child. These people are also a part of the Kinsey syndrome. Okay, here's one, and it is Him Betchner respond to Paranormal Review. But here you have them together: Rights Movement and Nibbler, the Space Program, Scientology, Hollywood, Vatican, Security of State, Cardinal, Rambola, Aldous Huxley, Alfred Kinsey. That's what I'm looking for, Alfred Kinsey. No, I thought, that maybe they're just talking about a lot of different things at one time. But they're actually not, you see? So you will find Alfred Kinsey in here somewhere. It's a lot of reading, but I read down to here. You also claim that my book falls flat when it comes to naming influential OTO members, and imply that I give little beyond the well-known names of Aleister Crowley and Jack Parson. It appears that you have not read my book with sufficient attention, given the fact that I write at length about representative, powerful individuals spanning the history of the 20th century who were connected to the OTO. Now, these people have OT, not OTO. OTO is Aleister Crowley, but they're all wanting to like be bigger than Aleister Crowley and do more than Aleister Crowley in significant ways in key areas, from the military and British intelligence to literature, journalism, medicine, science fiction, and homosexual rights movement, and Nimbler that will take you back to Alfred Kinsey, the space program, Scientology, Hollywood, the pagan revival, Wicca, and benign birth. This is BBC. He's from Ethiopia. They snatched his name, but he's the one that told me about BBC. I even have him in a montage. He's at a picture and he's at the microphone for BBC. The Zurich Union of Zionists, the Soviet Union's trade delegation, the Communist Party, Israelite. See, they are lie. You see, a lie. They say Israeli, but that's lie, because they are lie. Intelligence, Shin BT, the CIA, and even the Vatican. See, they're all together. And certain wings of Protestantism, that's the worship of being a Protestant. But Protestants, they still will go back to Catholic, and Catholic will go back to Scientology. Some of the names cited in my book include Military Strategic Major General JFC Fuller, OTO, Visionary James, he's of Nibbler, activist somebody, and benign birth leader, Dr. Pincus, Dr. Jugs, associate Oscar. See, he's just telling on everyone. And here's Alfred Kinsey. This guy here and Kenneth Anger, they all have something to do with Alfred Kinsey. And you can go and read this for yourself. I just wanted to show that Scientology is also part of this Kinsey project, the program, Kinsey's program. And you should go and I have videos on it, but you should really go and see what it's about. I guess you can put in Kinsey program, and her name is Judith, and she will tell you every fucking thing you need to know. This bitch here, she's a liar.
Locks people in the hole, right? That's a David Miscavige thing. That's not from Hubbard, right? I don't know anything where Hubbard beat people up, but Miscavige does. He's a short, shrimpy, like I said, limp dick guy that really...
She calls him limp dick. How she know he's limp dick? Because they also have orgies too. There are some who escape from Scientology, and they're telling you about the orgies. Now, some who have escaped from Scientology, they are telling the truth. But I am revealing one of the liars that I found.
Really, that's his solution, is beat people up, right? So that's one of the things, and that's gotten out because of the internet. So it's those two things. But again, without the internet, nobody would know he's beating people up.
Without the internet, we wouldn't know shit.
Do you think that people like Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise,
this nigga pink as fuck. See how pink he is? Pink stink motherfucker. These two guys, they're fucking each other too.
Think it's justified, or do they not know?
No, well, I don't think most people know. I don't, because it mostly happens up at Gold, which is at Hemet, California.
Yeah, tell me where the secret place is.
No, Hemet, California. Wow. My daughter moved out to Hemet, and this is where they put so many triggers on the twins, my grandbabies, my granddaughters, and the twins begin to turn into people that I did not know. When I went out to my daughter's house, all of a sudden they came fucking around with the wires, putting a black box on a wire right behind her house. She called me. She saw it. She was sewing, and she saw it. She called me there to see it and to say, Ima, since you come here, all kind of people have been around my house. Don't want to cough on the camera, but she said, Ima, since you've been here, all kind of people have been around my house. Now, pay attention to here is mad like medicine, and here will be the DIA. She is her. She is the DIA, DIA and CIA, they're the same thing. DIA stays hidden. CIA stays hidden while DIA comes out in front to tell you what is going on. They like to tell you lies.
Good place, you don't know. And the other thing is that Hubbard did write the book, or write the thing on declaring someone suppressing, okay, if they're antagonistic to Scientology. However, I grew up with this. My mother was antagonistic because they tried to get me off my medicine, right? And so she was like very upset with Scientology. But Hubbard's thing originally was do good roads, fair weather. That's what he called it, where you just talk about nothing, right? And don't get into deep stuff because then they'll get upset about Scientology, right?
So you maintain the connection, but you just...
That's how it is when I go around people. I mostly have to just talk about nothing. Because they'll get, kind of edgy, you can tell, when I begin to talk about mind control. So when I'm around people, it doesn't matter who I'm around, man, I feel lonely. So lonely. But when I'm by myself, I just feel alone. I prefer to feel alone than to feel lonely. This is why I stay mostly by myself. But once I found out about targeted individual, I know I stay by myself because I don't know who's who. Just like you do not. You don't know her. You don't know her from shit in the ground.
Aren't talking about anything substantive.
Right, and I did that
Which
for
is a lot of
30 years.
families do that.
Right,
That's
right. It does. My brothers who never were in Scientology would great, let's do that. Because she won't have any material on us and use against us. But we did that for 30 years. I did that for 30 years.
Now, she was in Scientology for 30 years. This is like I don't know how many times she said that in here. That she's been in Scientology for 30 years. And you're going to tell me she didn't go out and target anyone? She's a pink motherfucking lie. She's not going to say anyway.
Years. But Miscavige now, on a dime, will declare people all the time. And they have a whole long route that Hubbard wrote that you're supposed to have ethics handlings and this and board of investigations and all this stuff, and you get to tell your side and blah, blah, blah. And then if everything's really bad, you're declared. Well, Miscavige now, wrong fork, you're declared.
0 to 100.
Yeah.
Without any
Boom,
kind of...
nothing. And the last thing...
Yeah, because you're the wrong fork. Every what she's saying, you're the wrong fork. Fork tongue. You are declared, no good for Scientology, and you will become targeted. The reason Effie is doing this shit, just throwing people out left and right, the reason he's doing that, because he's gaining. He throws out one, he gains 1,000. He needs to target people. Maybe the ones he's throwing out are the ones who refuse to target anyone.
That is totally destroying the Church of Scientology, I think, was both Hubbard and Miscavige, where they destroyed Division 6. Division 6 is what gets new people into the Church of Scientology. And just think of it like this. This used to be the Church of Scientology, and it was like, a lot of this was technology. And there was a little bit...
See, a lot of it was technology.
At the top of management and L. Ron Hubbard. And now it's the exact opposite way, where it's like 3/4 of it is management. And just a little bit at the bottom is technology.
She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. You're telling me someone using technology and today they're going to throw it all away just to have a bunch of flesh? No. In order to get a bunch of flesh, you need all the fucking technology you can get. I told you she's lying. Even with, that's why she carries a yellow folder. Because she knows she is one of the cowards. So she carries a yellow folder.
They hardly ever do Div 6, which is Div 6 actions, which we used to do when we were in. I'm trying to find this. Oh, yeah, and I want to show you this too. But,
What is Div 6? I don't know what you're talking
Division
about.
6 is just getting new people in.
So they hardly have a recruiting
Yeah, they
place.
don't have a thing to get new people in.
She's lying. She's lying. This is what they want you to think. They want you to think Scientology is falling, but it is not. How can Scientology be falling when Farrakhan is getting more and more and more? Just like yesterday. Yeah, the handlers are pink, but most of the blockers are melanated men or females, whatever. The assassin, she was black. I'm not even calling her melanin. The bitch was black. And the way black is lack, she lacks ethics. She lacks who she is herself because she's so caught up with pink people. That's what happens when you get caught up with pink people.
Anymore, they don't.
But aren't all those organizations like Narcanon, all the things that aren't those ways to get new people in?
Sort of, but it doesn't really work. They're not really getting over into Scientology, not much. No.
But they have Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah, now Louis Farrakhan is the
See?
newest.
Even she knows that they're not falling. That's why she's asking the question. You can wind it back and ask the question. I'm going to cut it off. They're just trying to stop me.